All right. Hey, everyone. It is, what is it, March 24th, 9 p.m., Tuesday night, 2020. And this is Fred Hodgins up here in Ontario, Canada. And we're going to be talking tonight about some trends, actually some major disruptions that we're all living through right now, some opportunities, and linking to some solutions that everybody is looking for. Without going into a whole lot of details, of course, we all know what's going on right now with this coronavirus worldwide. It is disrupting everything. I've got friends in South Africa that are in lockdown, in Italy. Here, I believe in Ontario, Canada, we are starting tonight at midnight in some form of lockdown. I haven't been really paying attention to the news too much. I was out at the grocery store this morning because Tuesday is our normal grocery shopping day, and eggs and things like that, flour, were all sold out. It was really surreal this morning, and we got to the grocery store at 8 o'clock, which we never do, but we did today, and there was someone making sure everybody had hand sanitizer as you walk in the grocery store, right? And I actually just didn't do that for myself. But my wife and I walked in, and there was tape lines on the floor where you could actually go. Every other checkout was open. There was spots, tape marks on the ground, how far you had to stand back from somebody. It was just, we've never seen anything like this. I was talking to a friend of mine, and on March 6th, they were at a fundraiser in I think in Royal Oak or Pontiac, Michigan, in a hotel at a fundraiser, and there was 400 people at it. 400 people, March 6th. Today's March 24th, and it's totally changed. In our lifetimes, and it doesn't matter if there's someone here that's 80 years old on this call today or watching this recording, we've never experienced this. People in other areas and different times have experienced this. A lot of people I'm hearing that, this has never happened before, and I beg to differ. It has, just we've never experienced it. And it's interesting. In Life Vantage, we've been talking about disruptions for a long time, but we've never had the spotlight, the focus on this so much as we do right now. And the reason I'm bringing that up is that's the reality of where we are. Hopefully, in a couple months from now, things are starting to get better, and hopefully in a week or two, things started getting better, start changing. But there's just a lot of stuff going on, and I'm concerned right now for our future generations, right? The amount of debt that's being put into the system, and pension plans, what's going to happen to them. There's a lot of unknowns. My daughter's company last week laid off 77% of their workers. I just read that there's 37 million people right now in the United States that are being displaced, right? And that's not hype coming from a presentation, and it's not meant to be fear, because we're all experiencing it in the news anyways right now, and this is reality. And in Canada, I just heard there's 1 million people that have applied for unemployment insurance in the last week, and companies are all promoting everybody to work at home. I know a lot of people that went to the office or went to a place of work, and now they're being told to work from home. The number one app on the computer or the cell phone that's being downloaded right now is Zoom, what you're on right now. Top trainers in the industry today are teaching people how to use Zoom and file sharing right now, because the movement going forward is work from home. You can be working for a company. My daughter's working 16 hours a day right now. She works for a physiotherapy company that has Canada-wide offices. And a year ago, she worked on a project to do physiotherapy from home. Private servers, on minor things or physiotherapy follow-up, to be able to do it online. because there was so many regulations from the different provinces and that they couldn't make it fly, so they put it on the back burner. Well, a week and a half ago, it came to the forefront. The government's taken all the red tape away, work from home, and so now physiotherapists are now working from home, being able to help people, and it's only in chronic conditions where they have to go into the office to see somebody. The world has changed. Those are just a couple things, and here we are right now on a Zoom meeting that we can take worldwide, work from home. Everybody can get their own free Zoom account. You can have up to 100 people on your free Zoom account, and it lasts for 40 minutes. And then to have a paid account, this one here that you're on now is only $15 a month, and we pay for it, but $15 a month, so we can go over 40 minutes, and sometimes we do with some of our trainings. We're not going to today. So in times of disruption, there is huge opportunity. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of unknown, and I'm hearing it all the time, and I don't know either, right? Like, I don't know exactly where things are going. I've studied trends, I've studied economies, I've studied monetary systems, my whole adult life. And I've got some ideas and things where things could go, but one thing changes, it goes a different direction. But here's what I do know. The trend to work from home, to have an income from home, has never been more in everybody's mind. To not be tied to somebody else for your income. And I'm not saying anybody should quit their job or anything like that, but what about having a side hustle that you could do online with a product that solves a problem? And we're going to get into that in a few moments. What if you could work from home? What if you could follow a system and it costs $50 to join the company, to be a partner, have your own business? What if that were the case? What if you could have unlimited leverage by learning some skills and having some mentors to help you do that, and a system in place? Well, we have that here with Team Leverage. We've been working on this for a long time. We did not anticipate this. I can guarantee you this, or this focus on this, but we've been working at having online presentations, not driving to meetings, for a long, long time. And so we're working with a company called LifeVantage. And about 7 years ago, I saw an ABC News report. Someone picked up the phone, cared enough about me, and said, "Hey, Fred, are you in front of your computer?" And I said, "No, I'm not." I was actually out in the barn. So we have a little farm. I worked at that time in the oil and gas industry on some of the highest tech equipment in that industry, in the instrumentation department, working on analyzers, working on the high-tech stuff, the programmable logic computers, and things like that ran a refinery. And so I saw changes in technology, where we had great big machines that you had to move diode pins to calibrate it and stuff. At the beginning of my career, to something the size of my desk that was $50,000 real time, and analyzed the flue gases or the water streams in real time, and that machine cost 50 grand. So I saw major trends and changes. And so my friend called me up and said, "Are you in front of the computer? There's an ABC News report you deserve to see." And I said, "No, I'm not. I'm in the barn." He said, "Well, when you're in the house," this was 7 years ago. We didn't have smartphones quite like we do today, right? So only 7 years ago. And he said, "When you're in the house, give me a call back or text me and I'll send you the link." So I called him back and he gave me a link. And for us today, that link is lvconnector.com. And he said there's a 4-minute, now it's a 4-minute ABC investigative news report. And ABC went in because this little biotech company at the time, and it was traded on the over-the-counter bulletin board, had discovered by putting some herbs together at a certain ratio, at a certain level, it actually communicated to the cell, upregulated everything good that we want, downregulated everything bad we didn't want. So it actually communicated to the cell on our bottle of our product here in Canada, and this is what it looks like. I'll show it to the camera here. It's called Protandim, and on the bottle in Canada it says, and this is approved by Health Canada, Protandim NRF2. Protandim NRF2 activates the body's own antioxidant defense mechanisms that fight free radicals. So that's a Health Canada approved statement. It's on the bottle. Actually, they make us put that on the bottle. Now we've got like 20 products that with 3 main product activators that communicate to the cell and enhance, optimize, improve our immune system. Is that an important thing today? Is that in the forefront of everybody's mind today, to have a strong immune system? It should be in front of our mind before this. It wasn't mine. It wasn't a lot of people. If you could activate the survival genes, proven at the highest levels of science with studies and peer review reports, and you could activate your survival genes, would that be a good thing? And when I saw that, I thought, is there any reason that I wouldn't want to do that? Is there any reason I wouldn't want my wife, my children, my grandchildren, at that time I didn't have any grandchildren, to activate their survival genes? And the answer for me was, of course. So what I'd like to do is just change over to Dan Kranz, and he's going to play that 4-minute ABC investigative news report. And so we can see history in the making. We can see the foundation of LifeVantage, how it started, and then I'll just kind of pick it up from there. So it's only 4 minutes. And so think about the time we're living in. 15 years ago, this ABC News report ran. So Dan, go ahead and play that, please.
The following video is an ABC primetime investigative report that started the biohacking revolution in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes 2 antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just 1 pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. And I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
Protandim NRF2 is protected by 7 U.S. patents. Major universities and government agencies initiated and continue self-funded studies following the ABC Primetime Investigative Report you just viewed that originally aired back in 2005. These studies continue to reveal more scientific evidence about Protandim NRF2's unique benefits and to evaluate how this anti-aging breakthrough can prevent and improve many of the problems associated with aging.
All right, so that ran in 2005, and obviously a lot has happened. A lot has happened in technology. Let's just forget a moment for the last month, right? And think about technology and the things that have changed. And consumer electronics is an example. Our cell phone, a device with no buttons. You can touch anywhere on the screen, and it knows exactly where you touch to the. I still am amazed at that. How you can touch the screen and it knows exactly where it is to the. I don't know. I was going to say decibel, but that's in sound. So right exactly where it is. I can contact my friend in South Africa right now for free through an app called WhatsApp, and we can communicate on Zoom at any time for free. So technology's changed in consumer electronics and automobiles in every area, including biology. But typically we don't know about it unless we're a biologist about those changes. And so in 2005, this little company with some brilliant scientists made a discovery that was so impressive and got patents that John Quinones and ABC News went in and did an investigation and did blood tests and interviewed the doctors involved. And Dr. Crapo said there right near the end, and he listed a bunch of diseases. And he said, we've studied all of those, and oxidative stress is connected to all of them. So this little biotech company now that is now a pretty big company, if doing $250 million a year, is a big company. It's a middle-sized company, actually, with the products that activate and enhance the immune system, amongst other things, activate survival genes. And so we've done $1.8 billion in sales in the last 10 years. We shifted to a direct sales model. Why? Because the store model is going to be obsolete. Why would they choose to go into stores, which they actually did at first? And in 2009, 2010, they shifted to online, person to person, exactly what the whole focus of the world is on right now in all traditional businesses. And if you're on this Zoom or watching this recording, you're actually ahead of the curve. And so back to that ABC News with what he said. So that started a storm of positive science looking at this. Scientists from around the world at major universities, Harvard, LSU, Washington State a little bit later, we're all looking at either the product or the technology behind it, activating the NRF2 protein, and what does that do? And so I'm just going to have Dan play another short video, more of the products, because now we have about 20 products, but 3 activators, and one of our partners is going to explain that. And then I'm just going to kind of wrap it up after that. This is a different presentation than we've ever done, than we've ever seen, but it's because of the time we're living in right now, the spotlight that we're in right now. So, but I still think it's important to see the other products and the other activators. And I think the best way is to have a good friend of mine, Seth Mulder, explain that. And so, because he's a regular guy just like you and I, but he had a vision to see a better life. And so he's going to explain the products. Go ahead, Dan, just play the product video.
Hi
Hi, my name is Seth Mulder, and I'm an entrepreneur. Most importantly, I'm a husband, I'm a father. My wife Stephanie and I have 10 kids, grandkids, and another grandbaby girl on the way. But maybe most importantly, I'm just an everyday guy. I'm probably a lot like you. I'm excited to spend some time with you today. I'm excited because when we fall in love with something, when we believe in something, when something changes us, we naturally want to share it. Today, we're going to be talking about the most important thing in your health, and that is you. We may be on the verge of the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Those aren't my words. Those are the words from a peer-reviewed published study, 2015, researchers at Washington State University. I want to introduce you to a concept called biohacking. Biohacking is all about taking control of your own biology, about optimizing your genetic potential. It's the genetic code. In fact, scientists call it genetic expression. What your genes are doing right now today affects every single part of your health, and your health affects every other part of your life. What if you could feel younger again? What if your body could do what it did when it was younger? That is biohacking. I talk to people all over the world every day, and here's typically what they say. I want to feel better because I don't feel good right now. I need help with my weight management. I need more energy. I need to sleep better. I'm worried about or I'm concerned about my long-term health and wellness. Biohacking can help you take care of your biology and transform your health in a way that you've never been able to do before. We're not talking about taking something from the outside that's foreign to the body. We're talking about optimizing, activating what was already in the body. Let's introduce a new term, nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics comes from two separate words. Nutra meaning naturally occurring compounds. Genomics referring to your genes, what your genes are doing for your health right now, today. Now, this is big news because the nutrigenomic market is expected to go from roughly nothing, right now, infancy, to over $17 billion by 2023. We're talking the birth of a new way to transform our health. I want to introduce you to the world's foremost nutrigenomic brand name, Protandim. Together, these three products make up the world's most powerful nutrigenomic stack. We call it Tri-Synergizer. These three approaches to our personal wellness are supported by the most scientifically validated, peer-reviewed research in the world. Let me introduce you to Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. NRF2 is that protein inside every single cell in the human body that turns on 500 genes. 500 genes that keep us healthy. 500 genes that help us to sleep better, to have more energy, to have less discomfort, and for our bodies to be optimally primed, to be activated. Protandim NRF2 Synergizer is made of 5 natural ingredients. Again, we're talking about something natural that can turn on the genes. It was proven in human studies to reduce oxidative stress, that's cell damage, by 40% on average in just 30 days. That is the single biggest, most important health claim that any supplement could make in the world right now. If you understand what oxidative stress is, how it's at the foundation of hundreds of diseases, of malfunction, and even aging, oxidative stress is that culprit that we're all seeking to bring back into balance. Protandim NRF1 Synergizer. The NRF1 pathway in our bodies is responsible for mitochondrial health. And since our mitochondria are literally powering everything in our bodies, from our heartbeat to our brain cells, obviously any decline in power leads to serious issues. Protandim NRF1 Synergizer is formulated to help our cells boost mitochondrial function, supporting our energy, concentration, focus, and cognitive performance. Protandim NAD Synergizer is specifically formulated to target NAD, and has been shown to double sirtuin activity in 24 hours. Sirtuins are powerful proteins in our bodies. In fact, they've been nicknamed the longevity genes. The problem is our sirtuin activity declines over time by 50 to 60%. Some of the most powerful research shows that the molecule NAD can actually heighten sirtuin activity without caloric restriction. Increasing this sirtuin activity has a host of health benefits, including our vascular system, cholesterol levels, our inflammatory response, joint health, mental focus, mood, motivation, energy, and a whole bunch more. Together, these three products are a biohacker's dream. The Protandim brand should be the foundation of every single person's activated health. It's what I personally take, the Tri-Synergizer stack. Building on this NRF2 activation, building on nutrigenomics, LifeVantage has created an incredible offering of products. Omega Plus is a combination of what our body needs, omega-3s and omega-7s, to support healthy brain and heart function. ProBio is an answer for gut health. In fact, researchers are finding out that if you don't have a healthy gut, you don't have a healthy body. We're even calling the gut the second brain. We have a skincare line called True Science. The skincare industry is a $121 billion worldwide industry. True Science is a 4-step NRF2 activated system. What if there was a biohacker's answer for your hair? There is. NRF2 ingredients infused into a 3-step hair care system. Invigorating shampoo, nourishing conditioner, and an incredible scalp serum. The energy market is well over $100 billion. We all need energy, but we're not talking about junk energy. We're not talking about crash energy. We need mood energy, focus energy. We need brain energy. We call it just brain food, and that body energy. Axio is able to deliver to our body through nutrigenomics, energy that's sustained, that's focused, without a crash, without the negative side effects. Weight management is a $37 billion industry. Physique is our answer for a sustainable weight management lifestyle. No junk, just nourishing, healthy, clean burning weight management. NRF2 activation isn't just for people. Pet Tandem is NRF2 activation for your canine. Amazing results. If you have a canine and you care about them, you will want to have them experience biohacking. You will want to have them experience Pet Tandem. Let me give you a history of LifeVantage. Protandim was actually discovered in 2003, but the problem was nobody was looking for genetic products in 2003. Nobody was talking about biohacking, and nobody had even heard of the word nutrigenomics. It truly was a discovery that was ahead of its time. Then in 2005, ABC News did an investigative primetime news report on Protandim. If you've not seen that, that would be a great follow-up to this video. They talk about Protandim being potentially the fountain of youth. This news coverage created some attention in the consumer market, but potentially more in the research and the academic market. And that research is what has led Protandim to being potentially the most researched supplement on the face of the planet. But there was still a problem. Nobody was searching for this product. Protandim was sitting on the store shelves of Vitamin Shop, CVS pharmacies, GNC stores around the country, but it wasn't selling because nobody was telling the story. So in 2009, the company made a bold move to move out of retail and into an industry that could share the story, into network marketing, where people could experience the benefits for themselves. My health, my family's health is of the utmost importance to me. If somebody's not well, I want them to get well. When they get well, I want them to stay well. Biohacking, nutrigenomics, NRF2 activation, what we talked about today is the best answer to get well and to stay well. Whatever you decide to do, Get on the products. I wish you the greatest success in your journey.
Okay, so thank you, Seth Mulder, great friend and business partner, for that. Obviously, it was a video explaining the products, but a couple of things that he said, and you might have saw me start to laugh there, is when the woman was walking down the store shelves and it was totally stacked with products, right? And I was just in the grocery store today and in our little town, and that wasn't the case. But we're definitely living in unprecedented times, like I said earlier, times, and we all know that, times that none of us have lived through, and we're going to get through it. And in times of disruption, there's huge opportunity. In times of chaos, there can be calm. And I believe at LifeVantage, we're one of the voices of calm. And on our team, Team Leverage, it's a voice of calm. So Seth talked about products that improved our gut health, our mitochondria health, our cellular health, the longevity code with activating the NRF2, that's our NAD sirtuin protein. Some of these things that, heck, most of us, probably all of us on this call, didn't know about before LifeVantage. But it's today, you don't have to be an expert to find out a lot of information really quickly with the internet, if you've got the right information to look at. And so we've created a system here at Team Leverage. So let me just do a quick share and we'll wrap this up. But I want to show you our system. And I was debating whether to show a little PowerPoint that we've done before, and I've decided against that. And so this is a chart here that the company put out, LifeVantage put out, and it shows with the tri-synergizer that Seth talked about. I've got two screens here, so sometimes I'm going to look a little bit to my right. And it shows the 40% oxidative stress, but it shows the increase of when you use the three products, the tri-synergizer. Look at some of these numbers and just think of this happening with your survival genes, right? We're not making a medical claim, but just look what can happen when you can optimize your health. And look at some of these numbers on this chart, what's happening when you're using the protandums alone versus, so this is the NRF2, this is the NRF1 that he talked about, which is mitochondria, and the NAD molecule. So what happens, and then when you put them together, right, it is amazing. And when there's such a focus on it today, before a month ago, this was just as important. Today, there's a focus on it, and people want to have their activated health. And so we've got a system here, and this is where you saw the ABC Investigative News Report that Dan shared. It's on lvconnector.com. You can see at the top here. And that's that 4-minute video that you saw, the ABC Investigative News Report. There's a tab here, What is Aging, where there's some videos that explain the theories of aging and wrap it up together by putting the three protandems together. There's a button over here, More. I'll come back to it, where there's links to some of the science. You can scroll down here and you can see what a few doctors are saying. Now, there's literally tons of doctor videos. We just put a couple here. A product video. The product video you just watched is in under that product tab, and then the opportunity tab, which I'll also come back to real briefly. This is going to be fast, but it's to show a system. You need to have, in business today, you've got to have a product, which we've covered. You've got to have a need, right, which we've covered, and we're covering on the other side of the need is an opportunity where we want to have working from home. It's never been more focused on that. The pyramid thing does not come up anymore because working from home, we've got a company that handles all the distribution, all the product development, and we just tell the story through online methods like we're doing right now, and we share in the revenue of the company. We share in 50% of the revenue of the company, and those that want to be customers, great. Those that want to be a part of the income side, great, we'll teach you that. So on that More button, we click on this one here, and this goes to the first study that was done, and this is PubMed. If you can see my mouse moving, pubmed.gov, the U.S. National Library of Medicine, and this is that first study. It was published in 2006. It was actually done before that, but that's when it was peer-reviewed. And that's what ABC found out about. And so Protandim, if you can see my mouse here, was administered to healthy human subjects ranging from 20 to 78. It lists the ingredients. It activated SOD, superoxide dismutates. But down here, if you can see my mouse, after 38 days of activation, the T-bars declined. Therefore, the oxidative stress declined 40%. The age-dependent increase was eliminated. And John Quinones, in that video that was put on ABC News on TV, he said he had the oxidative stress levels of a teenager. He's actually said of a newborn. Could you imagine the immune system response? And that was after 2 weeks. So we can go there. Then on the ABC back here on the opportunity page, right here, let's just click on this. And we're going to do this real quickly. Like I said, so there's a video explaining the opportunity, the potential, what we have, an interview with one of the top people in our industry, why LifeVantage, and then an earnings sheet. So in every presentation that we do like this, we need to share this earnings sheet because it shows what the distributors make, the revenue of the company, and so forth. They're just about to publish their newest one. This column here shows the average earnings of the distributors. Shirley and I, full disclosure, are Pro 6s, and then we've got a Pro 5 position. So that's the average income, and that's in US dollars. I was able to leave my job to be able to just work from home a few years ago. We do this part-time. We started out part-time as a side hustle. So with an extra couple $100 a month, right here, you're getting all your products for free. An extra $600 a month. What about taking it seriously, learning the skills, and being able to earn anywhere in here the average income, right? We have people that are earning down here, and I could put you, or your sponsor, the person that introduced you here, could put you on the phone with anybody in here in LifeVantage, all the way up to Pro 11, right? We're connected with people that understand home business, leverage, and we've got a system right here. We've got a Facebook group. Here's an article that is online about the power of NRF2. You're going to start seeing the talk about NRF2. If we went back to PubMed, there's 6,000 or 7,000 studies. I think it's actually over 10,000 studies on NRF2. There's over 230,000 studies on oxidative stress. This is a reality. This is a fork. This is a fact. Stick a fork in it. It's not debatable. It is real science, and it's like gravity, right? If I drop this pen and I drop it 1,000 times, it's going to do exactly that. The law of gravity. That's how sure the science is, because there's so much science. As Seth said, I think he said, this is the most researched activator supplement in the market today. Powerful, powerful information. And so, so to get started, let's just wrap up. To get started, we started our business for $50. In Canada, it's $45. In the States, it's $50. And we buy the products that we want. Normally in the States, we're buying a tri-synergizer, or most people are buying the ultimate stack because it's got 6 products. It's got the gut health, the prebiotics, probiotics, the tri-synergizer. And then people are interested in the hair care, the skin care, right? And we set up a monthly subscription because we want to have an activated, optimized body. We want to have it for in my case, I want it for my wife and for myself. And then our children, right? Our adult children, they buy their own products now. But we have 10 out of 10 people that join our company as one is a distributor partner, 9 are customers, right? That's an amazing statistic. So the government organizations love LifeVantage because we have real customers, because the products are a real price point with real customers serving a need. It's just a beautiful thing. So you buy the pack you want. So you can do a pick or choose, or you can buy a silver, a gold, or a platinum pack. There's more value. There's more product in the bigger packs. Get back to the person that invited you here to look at this so that you can make the right decision. But like, it's never been more important to have a home-based business, to have an online business, right? Where we're not running to meetings, where we can do this type of thing. I've got a couple of texts during this call, during this webinar, if we could do this again multiple times a week right now. And I think that's a good idea. So we'll get back to you on that. The next call scheduled is on lvconnector.com/team calls. And this is where we have our schedule. For the next couple weeks, I'm open to doing more of these. And you know, so that you can launch your business, so that you can have success, because there is a heightened awareness and focus on this right now. So we'll get back to you on that on the schedule, but here's the schedule currently. So Tuesday night we're on right now. Monday we have an inspiration call. Thursday night there's another webinar like this. It'll be a different speaker. And so here's another article that was just, can you strengthen your immune system? Absolutely. Some real science, and it's linking the current challenges people are looking at with a healthy immune system. So with that, why don't we stop the share, which I just did. And I want to thank everybody for your time, for your attention. I'm hoping that we're able to convey a calming message, hope for the future, hope for your immune system as we go forward, right? Everybody, well, let me ask the question this way. Is there any reason that you would not want to activate your cells, activate your survival genes, optimize yourself, that of your spouse, of your children, especially at this time? You know, and is there any reason you wouldn't want to do that? Join as a customer, right? Just get the back with the person, get wholesale prices, join as a customer. And if you see a bit more of the opportunity, we can answer your questions. I am the most patient guy in the world when it comes to this. We can sit down, we can talk about it. And same as the person that invited you here. We care about you. We care about the time we're living in. The reason I left the technical world to do this is I love working with people. I love hearing the stories of better health, of optimized health, of what it's doing in people's lives. We're building a business where we'll be together for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. That's what we're in front of. That's what we see. This call went a little bit longer than we normally do because I wanted to really address the times that we're in. I didn't think it'd take 44 minutes. So with that, let's wrap this up. I appreciate you guys. I just want the best for you, and we'll get back to you on the next meeting. So God bless, take care, and this meeting's now a wrap.
Thanks.